is when you're first starting out as a renter, you may not have very much net worth. And the net worth is basically the net of the debts that you have versus the income you bring and any savings that you might have. Well, these figures kind of speak for themselves. The average renter has a very small net worth because they're always putting that money out for rent and they're not seeing anything in return for that. Well, net worth can also be calculated by equity position. So when you're paying down your mortgage, you're putting more and more equity into the property. As that percentage rises, that's basically like currency. It's like money in the bank. So your net worth is actually increasing each time you make your mortgage payment. And that's why it's the best accidental investment most people ever make is buying a home.
A great example of this, we bought our current home that we're living in right now in 1997, and in 2003 we decided to build a garage onto the house, so I got a home equity line credit to get that done, and we had an appraisal done on the house. The appraisal came in at about $70,000 or $80,000 more in 6 years. So our net worth went up $80,000 in 6 years.
Based off of doing an improvement, the trend of property appreciating over time, it's a constant.
That's a beautiful story. I know. I like that.
Well, and let me tell you something. That is the story of real estate right there. That is achievable by everyone. And you think about it. I at the time, there's no way that I could have personally put money aside and saved $80,000 in a 6-year period. Couldn't have done it. But real estate allows you to accomplish those things and to make this happen, to bring yourself from a $4,000 net worth up to a $184,400.
A home is the largest financial asset most people have due to the equity and appreciation over time. Average annual appreciation rate is nationally 4 to 6% since 1977, once they really started tracking that information. Now locally, those percentages are going to be different. These are just some ballpark numbers to kind of get the juices flowing. But even at a 3% annual appreciation, a home purchased for $150,000 would grow to $364,000 within a 30-year period. And even if you cut that in half, you're still going from 150 to 234. And the math really, there's no lying in the math. There's truth in numbers. And if you calculate renting over a 10, 20, 30-year period, you just think about how much higher your net worth would be. And then the answer is obvious. As soon as you can be involved in real estate, you really owe it to yourself to try. Buying your first home is, of course, emotional. Home's where the heart is. And a home represents not only your taste, but provides you a haven of stability and security, like we talked about. The one word that people really thought of when they moved back to New Orleans. Why did they move